Hello and welcome back. You know, if there's one thing we can all get behind, it's butt. And eating butt is a wonderful pastime for Americans all over the country. Yeah, I know, it's actually a pork shoulder. But, I mean, pork shoulder doesn't lend itself to butt jokes. And besides, we've got to have something to rival the fabled English spotted dick. Hello and welcome back to Cold War Barbecue. Today we are going to be cooking the aforementioned pork butt, which in American cuisine, tends to lend itself most to pulled pork sandwiches. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to be using the gravity smoker today. We're going to be using some of the tips and tricks that we figured out going into that rib video. And we're going to see what the quality is of the finished product. I'm actually making a fair amount of it. It's holiday time and, well, there's a lot of mouths to feed. But it's a relatively simple thing to do on a small grill. We've done it on the $25 expert grill. Admittedly a smaller pork butt, but it still worked great. And then, equally as versatile on a gigantic smoker. Really, it comes down just to the size of the meat and how many mouths you're feeding. So we're going to essentially glaze it, make it relatively sweet, kind of barky on the outside, and then we're going to finish it in a way that I think lends itself towards serving a large number of people. Essentially, it's kind of a two-step process. We more or less will finish it in the smoker, right? But then it can rest overnight, and you can throw it in a slow cooker the next day with a sauce. And we're going to show you how to make that sauce. And as it sits there warming in that sauce, or can even kind of run it at low, it all kind of melds together in just a perfect pulled pork experience. So stick around while we get a fire started and get our meat going. All right. Time to throw these guys on. Whoa! Oh, they are beautiful. And now, we let the smoker do its thing. No, I have no idea what that voice was. Don't ask me about it again. And we're off. Got the pork butts in. Temperature's still kind of coming up a little bit. Early on in the fire, it always takes a little bit, and the temperature doesn't recover as quickly either. So, trying to get that raised up, but we're close. We'll probably end up cooking about 250 degrees or so. That's kind of the sweet spot for this particular smoker. You saw the glaze, rub, but it's essentially a glaze once it starts mixing with the mustard and stuff that I put on there. Contrary to what you might think, that won't make it overly sweet on its own. Think about a lot of the fat renders out of this stuff, and so some of it washes away, admittedly, but some of it does cling, and it gives not so much a bark like what you would expect on a brisket, but kind of a shell, if you will. And those caramelized bits of pork, when you mix it up for pulled pork, it's an awesome contrast to the fatty, meaty bits in with the rest of it, right? So great combination. This will probably go for, I don't know, 6-8 hours depending. They're not really that large of pork butts. There's just several of them, so I'm gonna guess it's gonna be close to that 6-hour window. When we talk about internal temperature, we're looking for something like 200 to 205. Does kind of depend a little bit on the feel. You want the bone to just slide out when you go to pull these, so that's what we want. And then when we kind of heat it back up again for guests, we're going to keep that temperature very low. We're going to bring it up to temp low, and we don't want to exceed that temperature threshold, right? Because we don't want it to dry out. But anyway, it's cooking, and we'll check back in a little bit. Okay, we're a couple hours in. Been cooking just above 250 for most of this time period. Let's take a look. Oh man, fantastic. The internal temp's about 95 degrees right now, so a long way to go. But if you can kind of see when I'm pushing on this here, we're already getting just awesome fat render. You can see it on my fingers even. And so these are gonna be fantastic. We'll let them keep going. All right, well, we've gone another 3 hours. Let's see what that's done for us. Oh, those are just beautiful. Getting a wonderful color on these now. Oh man, the smell is fantastic. You can kind of see what I was talking about, where it's almost a shell, right? A candy coating. This is not hard, right? This isn't burnt or anything like that. It's just a fantastic texture on the outside of these. And they're coming along great. I think we probably got another 2 hours maybe to go on these, and then they should be ready to pull off. You can see right here, we're just pushing through it. So definitely on the outside, getting close, and then you see the fat render. It's just dripping down here. Beautiful. Okay, we are now close to 8 hours in. They are taking longer than I thought they would. But look at them. Now I know it's probably a little dark. You'll get a better look when I pull them off. But I would say, oh yeah, these are pretty close to done. Temperature-wise, they are certainly right at that threshold. But you can see, they're starting to fall apart, right? So it's time to pull these guys off and let them rest for a little bit. Beautiful. Eagle-eyed viewers, or really viewers with any kind of eyes that notice things, we're not trying to be discriminatory on this channel, would have noticed that we didn't have any footage of the pork butt in a slow cooker. And there's a very good reason for that. It got eaten. So despite my protests to the contrary, that essentially went immediately, night of. And so now, to feed an army, we're doing hamburgers and hot dogs. If you were to put that in a slow cooker and try to keep it going, over the course of a day, big thing you've got to be aware of is keeping the fat content high. You don't want the pork to dry out. You're certainly not trying to cook it again. So in your slow cooker, you would put it on keep warm. If you happen to have pork fat that you can put in there, great. If not, you're going to want to use butter. The sauce is important, right? It's great for flavor and things like that, but it doesn't keep your pork moist. And the reason for that is that it's really water, right? It's not fat. And fat is what keeps meat juicy. It's what keeps it tender. And so again, if you don't have pork fat, butter is a great option there. Just throw a stick in at the beginning, keep track of it, make sure it stays moist throughout the day. If need be, go ahead and add another stick of butter. Uh, Overall, the pork butt on the Gravity Smoker turned out great. Obviously, it went immediately. Continue to be impressed by the Gravity Smoker, especially for things like ribs, like pork butt, any of those types of items that you really want to kind of control the moisture level inside it. And certainly this time of year during the winter, it's kind of a no-brainer to cook on that one over an offset. It's windy, it's cold, not so much today, but in general, this time of year it's very cold, and the insulated smoker, I mean, it's a winner. We hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've learned a little bit, especially if you're still on the fence about what smoker to choose. I mean, you're talking, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 for these, what they call entry-level smokers. And if you're trying to consider this over an offset, as far as versatility goes, the Gravity still wins, right? We've shown that maybe on brisket it hasn't been as much of a competitor, and that may be about to change. So stay tuned for that. But until then, I, again, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton, gets us out there, and it really helps us to show these smokers to the world. I mean, we're not shills for old country, right? But I love being able to get an awesome smoker for a very reasonable price. And so the more people see this, the more they realize the barrier to entry in, smoking is not that high, not for something that's going to last a long time and do a great job. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time on Cold War Barbecue.